Hey everyone! So there's a rumor that certain 9 pans are going to be coming back in stock pretty soon. And I thought, well, we already did a 5 looks 1 palette with the Space Traveler 9 pan. So I thought, well, let's look at another 5 looks 1 palette today with the Daring Muse. Now this one's got a lot of primary colors, so I recommend blocking as much as possible, color blocking. But I think we can get 5 really interesting looks today to go with the look that I already, or the 2 looks that I already created on my initial review video, which I'll link. So let's begin. If you like this kind of content, if 5 looks, some chatter, all that good stuff sounds good to you, then like, subscribe, follow along, all that good stuff. Shop my links, unsolicited advice on YouTube and on Instagram. Okay, let's make the eyes raw. Let's get to it. Okay, so much like I did the first time with these palettes, I'm just gonna call them shades 1 through 9. So 1's gonna be on the upper left corner, 9's gonna be on the bottom right corner. There are 2 mattes in here, kind of a red, kind of a burnt red, and then kind of a brown, a mid-toned brown. So if that helps you with reference, then we'll start. So I'm going to start in with this sort of burnt red color on a Rephr Shoto 4. And I'm going to place this through my crease. Not a ton, but a light wash of it. You can see these diffuse really nicely. You can get just a wash of color. And I'm actually going to put some of that under my eye as well. The goal today will be to create 5 beautiful looks and also not cause myself to cry by doing so many looks in 1 or 2 days. Because my eyes don't always like this, but I will do it for you. And my guess is when these come back in stock, they're going to fly out again. So I want to make sure you can see all the options you can do with them. Okay, see how that's a beautiful kind of soft wash of the red, and it's not as intimidating as it looks in the pan. I'm going to grab a little bit of the brown color, and I'm just going to deepen up the outer portion here. This is kind of a mid-tone, warm brown, a camel color. The tears are starting, but it's okay. Now, there are some beautiful colors in here, but I think the star of the show on this palette is really this beautiful gold color. That's number 1. It's a duochrome that goes gold to pink. And so I'm going to put that on the bulk of the lid. And actually, I think this would make a beautiful halo eye, so I'm going to take a little bit more of that brown and put it on the inner portion. This will be a more wearable look, but beautiful nonetheless. It's a very special color, this gold. Okay, so shade number 8 in here is a beautiful light gold. It's not warm, not cool, very neutral. And I'm going to grab that for the inner corner. And I'm going to put a little bit under the brow. I thought that this gold might be a little too dark for this, but it's actually a beautiful gold. It's not too dark. That's a simple, beautiful look. And so what I'm gonna do now is grab some liner and some mascara, and we'll come back and take a look. Okay, so I put some YSL Lash Clash in the brown color, and I put Black Coffee from Pat McGrath in the waterline. This is a beautiful look, and this could work for, you know, a day or a lunch holiday party, something like that. I think it'd be really cool. But if you want to take it tonight, you could put on a beautiful liquid liner. And in this case, I'm going to grab the Micro Tip from Stila in the brown color, just to show you how we can amp it up. And I'm just going to do a little half wing there, but I think that looks really nice. Very simple, very easy. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Look number 2. Let's play with the icy blue part of this palette. So I'm going to grab a Eyeshadow number 4. But just a fluffy brush, whatever you like. And I'm actually going to do a nice wash of that same rusty red color, which is number 4. This color looks really intimidating in the pan, but it's actually a really pretty color that can diffuse nicely. Okay, on a smaller brush, this one is a Mini 14 from Refer. I'm going to grab this beautiful sparkly black down here. And I'm going to put this on the outer corner. Don't be intimidated by this black, because you can actually also kind of work it out to look more like a matte if you'd like. As in my original review, no fallout. Okay, one of the stars of the palette is this beautiful blue, which Pat McGrath seems to love this season, and Danessa Myrick seems to love this season, and so we're going to put this over the bulk of the lid. Now, if you use a brush, you're going to get a more diffused look. If you want something that's more intense, use a wet brush or use your finger. And I'll clean up that edge just a little bit. Okay, on this inner portion, I'm going to grab number 2, this beautiful shiny silver. And I'm actually not going to change my brush. I'm just going to wipe off some of the color. The reason I do that is it makes the colors blend together more easily, because the base color that's on your brush is the color you're trying to blend anyway. I just knock off about half the product that's left on the brush. And then that way, if I knock off the product again, I can remove the bulk of it and go back in with that blue to make them merge beautifully. I find that that stops harsh lines when blocking colors. Simple, easy peasy. Okay, for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with this beautiful number 3 up here, which is this sort of holographic blue. This reminds me a lot of that highlighter, the ocean highlighter from Chanel from a few years ago that people didn't really like because it was too glittery. I liked it. And if you want to brighten this look up, you can grab a little bit of that, but don't swirl your finger in the pan. Just grab it, just pat it on your finger and grab a light dusting. And gently put some of that over the inner third. And it'll lighten that blue up really nicely. Now if I want to carry some of that blue and black down to the bottom, all I have to do is grab a little bit on a brush, make sure that I've hit it off a little bit, and just run a little bit under. And I will grab mascara and a liner, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I threw some of the YSL in, what is this color called? I don't know. It's the dark blue YSL liner. And I'm going to throw on some mascara, and this is the new going with this collection, or going with the holiday collection. I think it more goes with the quad, but the Noir Allure from Chanel, and this is in the color Anthracite. It's a beautiful blue-black color. Okay, that's an easy peasy look and very dramatic. If you're going for kind of a wintry look or you want to go for a dark blue, I think this turned out really beautiful. What do you think? Okay, I cannot get over how pigmented yet easy to use these palettes are, and how you could easily get 10 looks out of these palettes and every look would be different. And I think that that's really great for Chanel, and I think that it's something Chanel, Danessa Myricks, Pat McGrath, they've all done this holiday season, which I think is really cool. Okay, number 3, you know what? Let's just lean in and go full Christmas here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Rephr Shoto 4, and I'm gonna go back in with that beautiful red color, but this time I'm not diffusing it much. I want heavy pigmentation. The other thing that's nice about this color is if you have red watery eyes like I do right now that are dying, you're not really going to know because your eyeshadow is the same color. You can see that you can get a lot of pigment off these. They're very intense, but they do blend out beautifully. Okay, so we have a nice red there, and I'm gonna even put more on the inner corner. I'm gonna put even more on the outer corner. See, I'm losing it a little bit. I wonder if people think that I'm like the absent-minded makeup person. The problem with me is I'm not great at editing, either in life or in Premiere Pro, so you kind of get what you get with me, for better or worse. I'm trying to get better. I've been taking some online classes to get better at Premiere Pro. But forgive me, I've started using it, and I know that my music tracks have not always been synced right, or they've been a little too aggressive. I'm trying to get better and better at it. Okay, I did diffuse that just a little bit. And now let's go right on in. You know what? I want the slightest bit of darkness in this look. So I'm going to grab a little bit of number 9, that beautiful black shade, and put some on the outer corner here. Please ignore the tears. They're just tears of joy because I'm so happy you're here. It's such an easy color to deal with. Okay, let's go with the star here, this beautiful green in the center, shade number 5. And put it over the bulk of the lid. Okay, for the inner portion, I'm going to grab shade number 8 down here, which is that beautiful mid-toned light gold. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner, as well as the inner third of my lid. And I'm going to throw a little bit of that under the brow as well. And if you wanted to, you could take a little bit of that, but instead of, swirling, do that tapping again and grab just a little bit of it diffused and put it just in the center, just to add a little lightness to that green and a little twinkle. Okay, I'll be right back with liner and lashes. Okay, so I grabbed the new YSL mascara in the green color, but they do have a red coming, which would also work because we're going full holiday explosion here. The Victoria Beckham liner in Gold Lame in the waterline, and then I created a wing. I removed just a little bit with micellar water out here of the color and then made a very dramatic kind of gold wing. So I think this really works for the holidays. A few small changes, change that to a dark black liner, change that red from the to the brown, and you could have a look that would work all year long, but why not for the holidays? I think this looks nice. So I told you on some of the previous looks that this black down here is actually pretty easy to diffuse. So I thought I would put my money where my mouth is that it? And show you. So I'm gonna grab that on a Rephr 14. And just put it in my crease and diffuse it. It is pigmented, but it actually blends out really nicely, and some of those sparkles will dissipate as you blend, and you kind of just get a real soft black. And I'm going to carry this under. And then I want this look to be more precise, so I'm leaving this out here empty instead of going in with more of that black. And I'm gonna go ham on this silver color. Now silvers can be tricky, but for those who can wear them, they look beautiful. Silvers can be tricky, so for those who can wear them, they look beautiful. So let's just see what it looks like. I'm going to go in with more of that black just to sharpen that up a little bit. That's obviously a very graphic look. If you wanted to make it, you know, a little bit less graphic, you could go in with some of that black and just dust out this corner just a little bit. Really just a personal preference. And then for the inner portion, I'm going to grab this white icy blue color. And I'm actually going to put a little bit of that under the tear duct area, which is working overtime today, and a little bit of that under the brow. Okay, I'll grab a liner and mascara and we'll come on back. Okay, so this is a dramatic New Year's Eve look. I think it would be really cool. It's more graphic, but I think it's really interesting. I put Night Flash from Victoria Beckham, one of my favorite of her shades, in the waterline and cleaned up the edge just a little bit, and Prada Sculpt mascara on the lashes. I think you've got two great holiday looks here. It could work for Christmas, could work for New Year's, or you know what? Any day. You can do disco any day. Yes, they're burning, but it's okay. So normally I would shoot this over 2 or 3 days, but I have to go on a work trip tomorrow, and so I want to edit these while I'm on the plane. So I've been making these over the course of today. So yeah, they're burning a little bit, but it's okay. The things we do for beauty. Okay, for this final look, I really want to lean into the mattes because there are two beautiful mattes in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that trusty Shoto number 4 that we've been using today, and I'm going to grab that beautiful red color once again, but we're going to do a light wash of it. A little bit under the lower lash line. The diffuse is so nice. I can remove excess product from that brush and just diffuse any hard edges, though there really aren't any. These are so finely done. Okay. Now I'm going to go ham and place this beautiful kind of cocoa color all over the lid. And I'm going to go back in with that red a little bit and build up that outer corner. Diffuse, diffuse, diffuse. Okay, for the inner corner and the inner third, I'm going to grab that gorgeous gold to pink multi-chrome that's in here. I'm not really going to go any further than my inner portion. I'm not going to go any further than a third of the eyelid, but I will go up a little bit. I'm just taking a little bit of that brown over the edge there to diffuse that line. And then I'm going to grab that super light gold color and I'm going to mix that in a little bit on the inner corner. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of that light gold color and put it under the brow as well, but very diffused. Blend that all the way out. Okay, this is an easy way to work with these metallic shades if you don't want your whole lid to be metallic. So I'm going to grab a liner and some lashes, and we're actually going to work through how to make this look come together. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I grabbed that Stila waterline, or excuse me, the Stila Stay All Day dual-ended waterproof liquid liner, and I'm going to go to the micro tip, and I'm going to create a little bit of a wing. And I'm going to take it all the way over to where that gold starts. And I'm going to grab my YSL Lash Clash in the Uninhibited Brown. You could use your favorite brown though. Lisa Eldridge has a great one. This one's just a classic though. It's a dark brown and it always looks nice. Tower 28 has a good one. Okay, so that's a way to get something that just has a little shine on the inner third, but then the rest of it is matte. It's very dramatic and smoky. You obviously could go much lighter if you wanted to diffuse the color even more. But I think that's a really neat alternative that still gives a lot of glamour, but with not having as much metallic on the lid. So, like I said last time, I think these are great palettes. They are coming back into stock. I've heard from a reliable source. So I would encourage you, if you like this or any of the other color paths, to go ahead and get them. They make great holiday gifts. They come in a collector's box. They're really nice. And I think you've seen today with the 2 looks that I did in the initial review video and the 5 looks that we did today, we got 5 dramatically different, highly pigmented looks. And that's not always common for Chanel. So these are something really special this holiday season. If you like this kind of content and you've enjoyed it, then I would really appreciate if you would like this video, if you would subscribe. A lot of people watch, but they don't subscribe. Please consider it. Shopping my links, it really helps my channel and will pay for my eye surgery one day. And follow along on Instagram and on YouTube, Unsolicited Eye Vice. Which was your favorite look? There were 5. Let me know. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Thanks, everyone. Bye.